Guys, these AR glasses have a secret AI feature that nobody's talking about. And I'm not just talking about the 6 virtual screens that you can pin in front of your face, or the fact that you can take any 2D media and convert it to 3D on the fly. I'm talking about AI that can actually see what's on those screens and help you work with it. This is the InAir 2 Pro Go Pack. InAir sent me these for free to review, and I've got an affiliate link in the description if you want to check them out. But as always, my opinions are my own. After spending real time with it, I've got a lot to break down. So here's the deal. If you already own AR glasses from other brands like X-Real, Virtue, including the new Beast glasses, or Ray Neo or Rokid, stick around. There's something later in this video that I think is going to change how you feel about those glasses. But first, let's get into what this system can actually do. Let's start with what most of you care about, which is the screens. So what are we actually looking at here? The InAir 2 Pro Go Pack isn't just a pair of AR glasses. It's a full spatial computing system. You get the glasses, you get the InAir Pod, which is basically a little Android-based computer, you get a foldable keyboard, and you get the Wakey device for remote desktop access, all in this little travel pack that's absolutely tiny and fits perfectly in any backpack or bag that you use to carry. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Chris, another AR glasses system that promises to replace my monitor? And yeah, I've been burned by those promises too, but what's different this time is the form factor. Some meaningful hardware tweaks, and a major push in the productivity space with the best feature set that I've ever seen. You have up to 6 virtual screens open at the same time. 6. So your email, your work chat, a document you're editing, all the reference material, all floating right in front of you. And you can either have them follow your head movement, or you can pin them in space so that they stay where you put them. When you pin them, that's called 3DOF, or 3 degrees of freedom head tracking. That means that the screens stay anchored when you turn your head, which feels way more natural than having everything move with your face. Where this setup really shines though, is the ultra-wide mode. If you connect this to your Mac or Windows machine, you can run it on a single ultra-wide display. One massive curved screen right in front of your face. That alone is a huge upgrade for productivity people who want to use the multi-monitor experience without actually carrying multiple monitors. Now, 6 screens, it sounds great on paper, but here's the question that really matters. How hard is this to actually use? Because I've tested AR glasses where the controls were so frustrating that all those virtual screens honestly just felt like a tease. You can see them, but you can't do anything with them without fighting with the interface. So let me walk you through how the InAir Pod actually works in practice, because this is where these glasses surprised me the most. The pod has a touchpad on it, and it's extremely intuitive. You swipe to move between screens, tap to select, double tap to open, drag gestures to resize. Within about 2 minutes of picking this thing up, I was navigating between my windows like I'd been using it for weeks. No tutorial needed, no cheat sheet, it just makes sense. And managing the screens is just as easy. If I want to add a new window, I tap the add button and it pops right up. You want to remove one, exit out and it's gone. Want to move a screen to a different position? Just grab and drag it where you want it. This is the kind of thing that should be simple in AR, but it usually isn't. Here, it actually is. But here's the detail that really sold me. Sometimes during extended use, the pointer at the end of the pod, the little cursor that shows where you're pointing in the AR space, it can drift, just like all of them can. It gets misaligned, maybe you shifted your grip, maybe the tracking hiccup. On other devices, that means you're fighting the interface until you find some buried recalibration menu and you have to figure out how to do it. On the InAir Pod, you just shake the pod. Literally, just shake the pod. And the pointer snaps back into the center instantly. You point at the center and that's it. On the fly, no menu, no settings, no interruption, just shake and you're back. And that alone tells you something about how this whole system was designed. The people building it actually used it, and they solved the problems they ran into themselves. So the bottom line on navigation, this is the first AR glasses system that I've tested where controlling the interface actually felt like a natural extension of what I wanted to do, not a puzzle that I had to solve first. And that makes the whole experience not just usable, but genuinely pleasant. It's a joy to use. And I know that sounds like a weird way to describe the navigating of a virtual screen, but that's what it is. When the controls just work, you stop thinking about the controls and start thinking about your work. And that's kind of the whole point of this. But here's something that really surprised me too: the electrochromic lenses. When you look away from the screen, whether you look down or off to the side, the lenses automatically go clear. You look back and they tint. There's no button, no swipe, they just know. And this is a big deal because it means you're not completely disconnected from the world around you while you're working. You can glance at your coffee, check on your dog, acknowledge someone walking by, and the glasses adjust instantly. And it feels like magic. Now, the built-in AI. This AI isn't just a voice assistant that sets timers. This AI actually sees what's on your screen or in one of your windows and can actually help you with it. So let's say you've got a document open and you're stuck on how to phrase something. You can literally ask, hey, help me rewrite this paragraph. It looks at it, it sees it, and it helps. If you're trying to figure out how to switch to ultra-wide mode, just ask. It walks you right through it. That's the big thing. Most AR glasses give you a screen and say, figure it out. These actually help you figure it out. And then there's the feature that I think is gonna blow some of you away: the AI 3D creator. Now, this thing takes any 2D content, a movie, a YouTube video, a game, literally anything you're watching, and it converts it into 3D on the fly using that built-in AI. There's no special 3D version needed. You just hit the button and the AI does the conversion right there in real time. So let me break this down. I was watching a regular 2D YouTube video in these glasses, nothing special, just a standard video. I hit the 3D creator button, and within seconds, the content had actual depth. The foreground characters stood out from the background, the text on the screen floated forward. It's not native 3D, I want to be clear about that. It's AI-generated depth mapping, which means it's interpreting the scene and adding dimension to it as it goes. But watching it, it genuinely adds immersion that makes regular content feel different, more present, and more like you're inside rather than just looking at it. And here's what I think most of you are gonna really love about this. You can do this with anything. Your favorite YouTube channels, movies that never got a 3D release, even your own footage. Anything 2D, this AI can give it depth. And you can control the amount of depth in the settings. That feature, I've never actually seen in other AR glasses, and honestly, it's the thing I kept coming back to during testing. I'd be watching something, hit 3D, and just go, yeah, this is way, way better. Now, does it work perfectly every time? No, it doesn't. Sometimes you have to adjust the amount of depth to get it to look great. And if the source content is low resolution, it doesn't look as good. But for most of what you'd actually watch, like movies, shows, even presentations, it works surprisingly well. But there's one more thing I want to show you, and this might be the biggest selling point of the whole Go Pack: the Wakey. The Wakey is a tiny wake-up dongle that you leave plugged into your computer at home. Through the InAir Space ecosystem, it allows you to remotely wake your PC out of sleep mode from absolutely anywhere in the world. Here's the deal: if you're traveling or sitting at a coffee shop and you realize you left a critical file or program on your powerful desktop set up at home, normally you're just out of luck. But with the Wakey, you just log into your account on the pod, your home computer wakes up instantly, and you can stream and control your entire desktop directly from your glasses. I'm sitting here right now with just the glasses, the pod, and the Wakey plugged in back at my desk, and I'm gonna pull up my actual desktop from home right now. There it is, my full desktop. my files, my programs, everything, running inside these glasses from a completely different location. This takes the whole mobile workstation idea to a completely different level. Now, you're not just carrying screens anymore, you're carrying access to your entire computer and able to put them on multiple screens. Now, here's something I really didn't expect. The InAir pod doesn't just work with InAir glasses. It's fully compatible with X-Real, Virtue, Ray Neo, and Rogued glasses, even the new Virtue Beast with the new update 3.8. So if you already own a pair from one of these brands, remember when I told you to stick around? This is why. You can get the pod separately and unlock this entire spatial computing experience with just the glasses you already have. And that's a huge value proposition to anybody who owns glasses already. Now, I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't talk about the stuff that isn't great. If you want 6 degrees of freedom, you need to pair it with a Virtue Luma Ultra or one of the others that they're developing for. The keyboard that comes with the pack, it's fine for light typing. It actually comes in great in a pinch, but if you're writing a novel, you're gonna want a real keyboard because the 2 sides fold down, so you're gonna have it on a flat surface the entire time that you use it. And the software, while it's gotten significantly better with the 3.8 update, Netflix high definition support, stability fixes, it's still a custom Android environment, which means some apps just don't work the way that you'd expect. Very rarely did I run into that, but I did have one occasion where that happened. So let me answer this. Who is this actually for? Now, if you travel a lot and you're tired of hunching over your laptop screen on a plane, 100% this is for you. If you work from different locations and want a multi-monitor setup that fits in your bag, this is absolutely for you. If you're deep in the AR ecosystem already and you want the most capable spatial computing system that I've tested, this is for you. If you're looking for something that's going to completely replace your desktop workstation today, it's not there yet. The field of view isn't there, the keyboard isn't there, and the whole experience, as impressive as it is still best as a companion to a traditional setup, not a full replacement. Now, that said, this is the closest I've seen anyone get. Now, drop a comment down below. I'm genuinely curious, if you already own AR glasses from another brand, does the pod compatibility change how you think about your setup? Or have you been on the fence about AR glasses entirely? Does a system like this finally push you over the edge? Affiliate links in the description if you want to check out the InAir 2 Pro Go Pack. So please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.